So I've got a great pleasure of Lee Adams. Lee Adams here, who's a big Haywards Heath supporter. He's also got his own YouTube channel, which is it's called the Walk and Talk YouTube show, which is a men's mental health channel. It's been going since 2018. So we'll crack into first of all a bit about Haywards Heath, and then we'd love to talk about that men's mental health, kind of something that's close to my own heart, because as I've worked in mental health for 25 years. So, you know, I'm sure we've got quite a bit to say about it. So
definitely.
Yeah. So first of all, Lee, how did you fall in love with Haywards Heath? How did that start about?
It started a couple of years ago. I'm a huge Fulham fan. I grew up in central London, in Westminster, Pimlico to be precise. If anybody knows it, very rare people know Pimlico. But obviously full of Fulham, and moved out down here. Met a young lady. Oh, I would say young. She's a bit older now. But,
yeah.
So, and I said, look, I love my football and I've got to go down to watch the local club. And the local club was Haywards Heath. And the minute I walked through the doors at Hanbury Park, it was just love at first sight. And I just felt like I wanted to be here a lot more than I wanted to be travelling up to London and watching Fulham. And obviously you look at the prices and everything of the game, you know, it's £10 to get in. You could drink while watching the game. You could have a laugh with your mates, and I smoke. You can have a fag as well with your mates, which to me is a priceless thing. You know, you're making memories, and the players, like we said off air, you know, the players are very forthcoming and very interested in your opinion, very approachable and really, really nice bunch of lads. And the whole league have been really, really nice.
Yeah. I mean, myself, I'm originally from West London. So I used to go QPR, funnily enough, and for lots of coming away. So we're going to fall out here. No,
we're going to fall out.
So, funnily enough, I remember going to watch. This is a little fact, because my dad's from Sunderland. Yeah, and so we, as well as going QPR, I would go to Sunderland games as well back when I was a kid. And in 1987, I was at your ground. And it was the debut of someone you're never going to have heard of, called Marco Gabardini, who's an absolute legend.
Derby legend.
Yeah. Oh, of course, he played for Derby as well, yeah. And he got a couple of goals on his debut there. I think it wasn't Steve Perryman. Was it Steve Perryman? I'm trying to remember who was the manager right then. But Dennis Smith was the manager at Sunderland. And unfortunately, Fulham lost, so I don't want to upset you there. But
I was 4 years old, so I can't
exactly
bet that.
But no, Fulham's lovely little ground. So an absolutely lovely little ground. Obviously, right on the river.
It's a beautiful, and it's the same reason as to
massive character
with Haywards Heath. You know, it's very inviting, very accepting to everything. You felt part of a family, and I think we touched on that when we talk about the men's health stuff that we're doing. It all links together, and I don't think people realise how much it links together. But Hanbury Park is a place that I hold dearly in my heart, and I try to go to every away game and every home game. And a bit like yourself, my family are from Fleetwood, which is 9 miles north of Blackpool. So we sometimes go to watch, me and my boy sometimes go to watch Fleetwood when they're down around the south of the country. He wanted to go for Christmas. He wanted to go up to Sunderland.
It's cold up there, mate. It's cold up there.
watch Fleetwood, and I was like, mate, I ain't doing that on that.
Yeah, no. Well, Stadium of Light's a lovely little
ground.
Not a little ground; it's a massive ground. But I mean, I still prefer Roker Park because I'm an old codger. Yeah. So it was Roker Park. You would have. I remember me granddad would get me a bottle of pop and a nougat bar, and everyone would go for a wee at the back of the stands. So the wee would be coming down the stairs. I mean, you can't make up those memories. I mean.
I generally think this is why a lot of people are turning to non-league, because obviously not winning at the top, but it's just that nostalgia feeling. You can stand on the terraces, you know, and obviously you lot get a huge gate for a lower league club. You get a huge gate, and that's absolute credit to the whole of Hastings. You know, I've been down there. I fell in love with the ground. I was like, this is one of the best grounds I've seen. I've been to Wolfsburg, Turin, Milan, Rome, and it just blew me away. Just the camaraderie, the togetherness, and everybody knew everybody, and I just loved it. I just went in there with my HAYWARDS HEATH scarf on, just keeping my head down and just going,
you ain't getting no trouble with us, mate. Yeah, no,
it was just like everybody knew everybody, and it was like, wow, this is just amazing. This is the way football should be. It's a community, it's a spirit, it's together. They win on the pitch, we win off it. They lose, we lose together. We're all in it together. And I can't, like I said, man, we'll talk about that on the men's mental health thing. That's why I believe that is the key to open up this conversation.
When they talk about the grounds and things like that, one of the things that, particularly for people that used to go and watch the big teams, Premier League teams, and this sort of thing, is kind of the corporatization of it, and you like I'm old enough to remember when you'd go with your program, you'd be getting signatures off the players. They're just finished, that they'd all be drunk, like about
I remember
about 40 minutes, an hour after the game, they're coming out and they've already had a few beers, you know, and there would be a conversation. Before the game at QPR, you would go to the local betting shop, and that some of the players would be in there, right?
Yep.
But like that does not exist now. That just
Ian Pearce used to play for Fulham. Klaus Jensen, they used to come on the tube. Maurice Folks used to ride his fold-up bike. You know, this is what it was about. You know, you're going to watch your team play, and next to you on the tube is a lad that's playing in the team. And to me, it was just like, this is it, man. Anybody can achieve anything. But now I find with top league football, like you say, the players and the club are so far away from the reality of the fans. And again, it falls back to what I keep saying about men's mental health. It is just unbelievable how far away I feel with a club, how far away most people do. And you can see the tendencies from within this league. The tendencies are really, really going up. We've had a new takeover. We got a chairman, Steve, and his wife, Jane. Wonderful people, do a hell of a lot for the community. They've got untold youth teams that are playing. Every Sunday they're there at the game. Every Saturday they're watching the first team and seeing like they've implemented mascots. I know it means nothing to no one, but when you see little kids coming on the pitch holding the hands of the players, to me, it's just amazing to see it. It always brings a smile to my face. And I think to myself, these kids are going to remember this. All right, they're not Ronaldo, 100%. they're not Scholes, Beckham, and so forth. You know, these kids are still going to remember this. I remember I ran on the pitch with the players on this, and it just really hits home to me. And it just what football is all about. It's about a community coming together to help each other.
The love that you come to it, as you say, about everyone that's at the game. I'm sure it's the same for you when you walk in HAYWARDS HEATH, like at Hastings. You get to know everyone. The results matter. Yeah, they matter obviously, but it's the family. It's the family that is the big thing. It's the whole week. You know what I mean? It's not just that Saturday at 3:00 or that Tuesday at 7:45. You know, it's you do feel part of that family. You know what you when you're on the outside, like. For a long time, I was on the outside looking in. I was kind of like, I didn't go near where people were singing. I just kept out of it. I just, and then once you fully embrace it, that's it. You're in. You know, I'm absolutely.
You feel part, especially at this league. You know, you feel part of a unique club. Something's happening within. You know, I said this a few times recently. Down at HAYWARDS HEATH, you got the World Cup coming up next year. Okay, so the top leagues stop. What is it? Middle of November till Boxing Day.
Yeah,
that's where the World Cup's going to happen. So people want to get their football fix, and people will come to non-league. People need to be accepting and get everybody in. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Get everybody into non-league, because these clubs really, really, really do need a help from the community, and more people the better. You know, and they build something special, and it's like you meet the most amazing people that volunteer. Right on Saturday, we've got a big game against.
You got Crayon,
we got
Brighton, then Crayon, yeah.
Yeah, we got Brighton, and the club asked if anybody wants to volunteer to clean up the stands and do this. So 10 o'clock on Monday, me and Leslie, a young lad, went down to the ground and started clearing up and started to help out. You know, we don't want anything for it. We believe in the club. So, you know, it's about giving something back to the community. The community gives me something, the togetherness, so forth, and then just meeting new people and helping the club out. It's just a priceless thing. And if Premier League clubs, the big clubs, should we say, if they done this and asked people to volunteer to clean up, I guarantee you most people would. Thousands would turn up to do it. It's part of me. It's part of my love. It's part of what I believe in.
I mean, we the same with Hastings. Hastings runs on volunteers. I mean, there's so many people. I forget, but like you got your Robbies, your Waynes, your Garys. You got all your Safety Daves. Safety Dave. You when you come to Hastings, I'll introduce you to Safety Dave. He keeps the ground safer than any other safety officer could do. This wouldn't exist without the volunteers. You know, particularly
100%. 100%, and it's all hats off to them. You know, we everybody talks about. It's always a cliche, isn't it? The FA Cup third round, a smaller club gets through, and then they start doing stories about Safety Dave and so forth, who's been there for 30 years and doing this. Why does it have to be on FA Cup third round day? Why can't it be constantly? Why can't people talk about these people constantly? Because it is such a good story. Everybody's story is unique. Everybody's story is different, but it all comes together. It is the most magical thing, and I like being part of it. What am I now? 30. I'm just only 37, so just a couple of days.
A mere young sapling.
I don't feel it, mate. And you know, when we were kids, we would go down to Cole Shorten, Farnborough, so forth, and watching our league down there because we had a pal that played for him, and it was just it was another togetherness, and everybody would be drinking in the bar after, having a laugh, having a giggle. It just takes me back, and it really is what football should be about. It should be an open forum where you can release your stresses of the week, get behind something that you believe in. You know, you win, you're happy, you're going in the bar after. And you're like congratulating the striker, giving the hug to the number 8. You were sensational today. The keeper was unbelievable. And then if you lose, you're like, oh, come on, boys, man, we got this. We could do it next week. Come on, you know. And they all laugh and they're like, you know, this is what it should be about. I love it. I genuinely do love it. And I've got a season ticket down at HAYWARDS HEATH now, £100 for a season ticket. If me and my missus went out for a meal tonight, we are easily spending £100.
Well, you're bloody rich then, aren't you? Well, absolutely. I mean, like you're talking about HAYWARDS HEATH. I mean, you've started off well. I mean, you're third in the league, Lee, and a great start. A little bit of a wobble just last couple of games. You've lost last couple of games because you've had a great run of results. So you've got Brighton in the Sussex Cup. We're playing Burgess Hill. I think we've got the better draw there because we usually play Brighton and they usually knock us out first game. Then you've got Cray, so a couple of tough games coming up. I mean, what's your thoughts about them?
Huge couple of games coming up. You know, we went to Faversham the other week. We lost 3-1. It was the game. The pitch was awful, absolute awful. Very boggy, very heavy. You know, we couldn't play on the floor like we normally do. So it's just route one. Constant, and it was we were going to get caught out there. Number 9, very fast. So done the damage. We should have been 1-0 up in the first couple of minutes. Josh Clack had screamer. Is it the bar? It's gone out. We had about 3 or 4 chances off the line. Fair play to them. They dug deep and got the win. What was it? Saturday we had Hive. That was it. Hive. We had Hive at home. And again, we just didn't look on form. We would just look lost. We generally did look lost. Lost 1-0. Again, I think it was the only chance they had at goal. So it's been very unlucky for us, if I'm honest. We had a player, Kieran Rose back now, which is good. But Tom Gilbert got sent off on Saturday. So he's out for tomorrow's game against Brighton. But we're hoping for a bumper crowd down there tomorrow and something... You know, hopefully a few people fall in love with the club and start getting a few more fans in. Like I stressed before, you know, your attendance is phenomenal. we often talk about it when it comes up on our phones. We see it and it's like attendance. What the mate? This is class. This is great. And like I said to you earlier, you know, it's such a unique stadium. It is beautiful, and it's going to be sad. I'm hearing news that you're going to be leaving.
Well, still not sorted, but yeah, eventually, maybe 2-3 years from now, I might be leaving. There's somewhere lined up to do like a purpose-built stadium with also a couple of 4G pitches for maybe I think the local Holleton side might go there. I shouldn't really say that too loud because the Holleton fans will kill me, but because they don't want to leave their ground. We'll see. I mean, the date keeps getting put back and back and back because it was kind of definitive that this was happening. And currently, we're kind of more worried about our league form than the grounds at the moment because we've been. I mean,
I was going to ask you that. Like the last 2 seasons, you've been ramping it, and COVID has been absolute a nightmare for you and your team, innit? COVID has been awful. You know how you didn't go up is beyond me. But
well, it's been like that for a lot of clubs, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure I can't remember who I was speaking to. Like they were saying that there was some clubs that were like 20 points clear and didn't go up. So in our tiers, you know what I mean, like but up north, right? So your ground is it still free for NHS workers to get in?
No.
Right. No. I'll tell you why. Good to know because people always tease me about this because they always Laverick gets in, he got in free. Yeah. The reason why that was great was at the time I was bursting for a wee. Right. I've got there and it was obviously in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So I got there and I had no cash. I only had my card, but it was cash only. Yeah. And I'm like, I burst. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know where because what do I do? Yeah, what do I do? Because I can't just wee on the wee on the turnstile, right?
You're not in Sunderland now, behave.
No, exactly. and then all of a sudden, like a shining beacon, I saw NHS workers in for free. Yeah, like the sign. So I've got my NHS card out, and I'm like, yes. And like I've gone past all my fellow fans who were like, oh, bloody Everett gets in free, and I've just run in the toilet. It was like the closest it could have been to an absolute catastrophe. But there you go.
We've all been there, mate. We've all been there.
Very nice ground. It seems like in terms of your team, you turned it around this year. You know, you're up there.
Hugely, I'm very surprised with how we're doing this year. You know, like bit like yourselves, I'm very surprised. You're the only team that I think I fear within this league. I think everybody's beatable, but I think you're very hard. I think the last time I went down to see you was you beat us 1-0. Trevor missed a penalty. And Tom Summerfield was sent off, and again we should have drew it. We should have at least drawn it, or even got the points, you know. But that it weren't our day. But this season we are looking really good. We got a structure. We've got a few good signings, and the mix and the camaraderie and everything within the players is superb. I really like watching them play football. Really.
So what would you say? What sort of game have you got? What players have you got that are going to put the bejesuses into us? I mean,
I'll let you into all our secrets. Well, a lad recently, Yordi, come from Burgess Hill.
Oh, right.
My God,
is he good? Yeah.
The touch of the boy. He's just like how can I say what he plays like a Danny Murphy for Fulham. He's literally he runs around a hell of a lot more than Danny does, but he just knows where the next ball goes. Yeah. He knows where to put it. He's everywhere. He's like I can say Danny Murphy. He knows what he's doing. Very strong. Very, very, very good player. Very impressed with him this season. Obviously, you've got Nathan Cooper at the back. Everybody knows Coops. He's been with HAYWARDS HEATH for I think about 110 years. He's going to kill me for that, isn't he?
I'm sure you appreciate that comment, yeah.
But he's a class act as well. Always as strong at the back. Kieran's good. Kieran Rowe, again, another player that's been with HAYWARDS HEATH for many a year. Good player. And it's just, I think it's all starting to gel together.
Picking, yeah.
which is obviously you're gonna have blips through the season. You're gonna you can't go undefeated. It's impossible. But seeing the way they're trying to play and seeing the way that they are playing, it's amazing to see. You can see what is going on down there. And like I said, Sean Saunders just got it going, and it's good to see. It really is good to see, and it's good to be part of as well.
You're starting an initiative. You're trying to set up a supporters club. Is that the case?
That's the case. Yeah. I've put the word out. And,
So what's the feeling amongst the fan group? I know obviously at Hastings we've got a supporters club ourselves, and it's taken a number of years to really get it going. That's the clean way of saying it, and it can be testing at times to be on a committee. That's all I'm going to say to you. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree, and we've probably got about 15, 20 lads that go regularly. So we'll build on that. There's no qualms about that. We can build on that, get the word out. But like you say, I do think it'd be challenging, but I like a challenge, as you'll find out very soon with what we talk about later. But I do. I think it's something that I put the word out, and a lot of people have been very, very, very accepting of it. So
yeah, I mean, if you need any assistance, like we've got things like we've had fan forums, we've done presentation ceremonies for like particularly one of our players, Sam Adams, who has played a gazillion games. We've got like a special trophy made up for him, presentation frame.
Well, that's wicked. That's what it's about. It's about giving back and all coming together. And you feel, like I say, you feel that connection. It's great. That's the way it should be. Football should be like this.
Yeah. And like, this as an example, Corinthian casuals, who don't know us from Adam. We've played them a few times, but just put a message out there, because this Sam Adams, for this presentation frame we were getting like the first game he ever played for Hastings, which was an away game at Corinthians. He was a sub, like 2003 or something, and got on to Corinthians. They checked if they had the program. They didn't. Turned out a steward had it in an old attic, so copied it, sent us to us, and we got it put in this frame. And it's just that thing, that we're all one big community. Yeah. And
that's amazing.
No, it was cool, and Sammy loved it. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It is really like we do newsletters, and leaflets. Yeah, so you get cracking into your supporters club. So now we need to talk about the bar, sir. Please talk to me about the facilities at your ground. Well, do they do decent beers? Is what I need to know.
Yes. Walk into, obviously you've got the turnstile as you come in. It's right behind the goal. And they've got a big stand on the right-hand side, and that's where your clubhouse is, underneath. Walk in, down a few steps, blue and white steps, down into there.
Oh, I remember it now. Yeah. It's come back to me now. Yeah, go on. Talk to me about beer. Thank you.
Cut a left, and there you are. You're in the clubhouse. It's a little bit different to your one. Obviously, the room is restricted. It's not as big as we'd like it to be, but again, it is what it is. There's a bar at the end, a few tables. You've got your on tap. You've got a pilsner, and you've got a normal lager, which is a local brewed Bullman's.
All right,
yeah.
But I know Bulmers. That's a
no, not the cider, not the cider. And then they got cans at the back. Obviously, I'm a cider drinker, so I drink the cans. But yeah, this
Fulham
is
and a cider drinker. Jesus.
No, and I've got Victoria Sponge over there. Yeah, it's mad. It's crazy. But no, Leslie behind the bar, she's a lovely lady, always welcoming, really nice. Have a laugh with her. She's great, and just like we're a very open club. We are sitting there after the game and have a drink and talk about the game to a few of the older lads, and just as if it was match of the day. Basically, we're just all talking and just enjoying it, and just like, next week and we got to do this. Yeah, we could do this. Can you help out with this? Can you do it? Yeah, let's do it, man. It is a good vibe down there. It's a really good vibe. In the last year since Stephen Jane has taken over, there's been a huge change. very, very positive in what they're doing, and you know, you got to back it. And fair play to them that every hour they spend, they're down the ground doing something positive. So I take my hat off to them. You know, it's a hell of a lot of work that they put in, and they should be thanked. And
okay, well, listen up. We've got our game weeks coming up in a couple of weeks when we're recording this. Couple of weeks from now, we've got our game. Obviously, fully intentional. No matter the result. I'd like to have a beer with you after the game, Lee. And
definitely, 100%, mate. Beer on me, mate. Definitely.
Well, let's see. I'll tell you, whoever wins
gets the beers in.
Gets the beers in. Yeah,
that's a done deal, mate. That's a virtual handshake. That is virtual handshake.
But so we're moving on from all things Haywards Heath. Let's talk about your YouTube channel. So it's the Walk and Talk YouTube channel, which is a men's mental health forum that you've got tons of videos on, and I fully encourage people to subscribe, and I will be putting all the links in, all the stuff we put out for this, so it will be easy to click on those links. But what was the reason behind the channel starting, Lee?
I really suffered bad, if I'm honest, and didn't want to be here anymore, and ended up in the psychiatric unit. Okay. This was 12 years ago, and then I kind of come out of there months later and just fell back into life. They said the crisis team will be there, and they never were. So I fell back into life, went back to work, and just kind of just hit it, if I'm honest. And then I started to drink really heavily, and 2015 Christmas time, I put a joke tweet out there. Said, if I get X amount of retweets, I'll walk from Fulham to Reading. I've seen it on the map. It's about that big.
On the map, yeah.
It gets worse, mate. And then, much to my annoyance, I got these retweets, and then I went looking for a charity to help out, and I stumbled across Calm, a campaign against living miserably, and I was on their website, and I was just literally going, "That's me, that's me, that's me." Why ain't I heard about this? What have I got to do to do this? And that was it. I was planning to do it on my own. But a mate of mine who's a Chelsea supporter, who used to play for Fulham youth team, he come along with me, and it was the most 44 miles through the night, no sleep. It took us 17 hours, and it blew my mind. It gave me this buzz that I've never had before, and a sense of achievement. If you think about it, Chris, on a daily basis, we as humans, we generally achieve nothing. On a weekly basis, you know, we just get up, go work, come home, get up, go work, come home, look after the kids. And in all fairness, we don't really achieve anything for ourselves, do we? So then it kind of built upon that. In 2016, it took off. We walked from Fulham to Birmingham. I think that was 2018.
What, you only just got back?
It took us 5 days. We cycled up to Wigan, from Fulham to Wigan.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Fulham to Preston. And recently we walked around HAYWARDS Heath ground for 24 hours. We had lads from Rotherham come down, Reading. We walked to Burgess Hill. You know, I believe
tomorrow.
I believe that football is the key to this, in the sense that, you know, I've met the most amazing people during this journey, and that have opened up for the first time. And if I could save one person's life, that's all that matters. We're a big, big team that believe in what we do. We help each other. You know, during lockdown, I don't know what I would have done without these people. These people kept me staying, kept me laughing, kept me doing things. You know, we ain't uploaded for a little bit on the YouTube channel because of work. And one of the boys has recently had a court case regarding a terrorist attack on London Bridge. He was involved with that, and so he had to get his evidence, and his missus ain't well. So we kind of like slipped down a little bit due to that. You know, you've got to give people some time. But to me, the charity will be formed very, very, very soon, and I believe that football is key to this. You know, all clubs have been Fulham have been amazing in opening up and helping us out to achieve what we're trying to achieve. Other clubs have literally just don't care. Haywards Heath have been superb. Literally, when you come down, you'll see in the programme. I've just got a programme here, actually. There you go.
Yeah.
We're in the programme.
Nice. So is that a regular page?
Yeah, it's a regular page.
Excellent.
It's like
excellent.
a little bit of an advertisement, you know,
Yeah.
and especially, what is it? Monday, sorry, a week today. The 18th is Men's Day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't even know that.
And, you know, the biggest killer of men under 45 is suicide. 84 men a week in this country commit suicide. 84 men a week.
Mm.
That to me, football's got to answer. Well, football don't have to answer to it, but I'm asking football to answer to it. Become a community, help each other out. I want to start training people into first aid, mental health, and to get trained people down, because there's huge backlogs. As you know, there's huge backlogs, and just give people an opportunity to sit and talk, walk and talk. You know, we're on a walk for 44 miles. You've got 17 hours with these people. You'd be surprised how close you become in them 17 hours and how magical it all is, and you all achieve it together. You know, as one's struggling, you're like, mate, I'm putting my arm around you. We can do this, bruv. We can do it. Come on, man. Just talk to me and everything will be fine. And you'll be surprised. Like the way I describe walk and talk on a big walk, it's you set off, everybody's excited, everybody's like it's newborn, they're all great and buzzing. And then as the night goes on, people start to flake. They get into their 30s and they're like, oh, do I have to go out? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? And then as time goes on, people have just got this euphoria, this bounce, this come on, we can all achieve this. And to stand back and watch people achieving things. I've had people cry on me, people going, I've never thought I'd do this. We done just before lockdown, we done the first lockdown, we drove from Haywards Heath up to Glasgow, and then literally got out the car and walked 33 miles from Glasgow to Livingston, and then come back down. That was on the Wednesday night, and come straight back down. And then on the Saturday morning, we were at Dulwich Hamlet at 4:30 in the morning. I walked 25 miles from Dulwich to Willstone, and it was just like I was shattered, but I felt so alive. Helping people. I believe in helping people. I believe in giving back. You know, it's all good phoning a number. I agree with that. I do agree with that. But like you say, when we meet each other, we'll probably give each other a hug. How are you, mate? You know, that togetherness. I think lockdown has shown that being together with people is just so key, so vital, so passionate. And when you've got passion, you know, you got to help each other.
So on your channel itself, you've got stories about some of the walking stuff that you've done, but you've also got interviews with ex-players talking about their mental health issues in the past and what they're doing to kind of cope with that now. There's a ton of videos on there. So again, I've got to put all the links in there. It's really important and key for particularly blokes. Have a look, because you know a lot of it is really accessible. You know, particularly the stuff where you're talking to ex-professionals. You know, we all keep.
There's a common theme. There's a common theme. I don't like you say, talking to the ex-professionals. There's a common theme with football players, be that from the lower leagues, be that to the top leagues. They've been in the game for so long. It's a bit like a regimental thing on a Saturday. Get up, go to the ground or be in a hotel, whatever. Once they leave football, I think all of them struggle to adapt to normal life. Yeah. They ain't got that discipline of, I need to be here at a certain time. I need to eat this. I need to do that. Now they're just being left on their own. And this is why relationships break down, because they don't know what to do. You know, you look at Marvin Sordell, a lovely guy, one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and done a hell of a lot of work when I worked in a hospital for the children there. He didn't want no press for it. He just won loads of toys in Winter Wonderland. He says, "Can I just give them to the kids?" And I was perfect, mate. This is what Christmas is all about. It's about giving back. And he suffered really bad with his mental health, and he gave up football. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and hopefully I'll get him down to. I keep WhatsApping him, and he's just not listening to me about coming down to Haywards Heath. He will one day. It's going to crack one day. It would be against Hastings, wouldn't it? You'll beat us 5-0.
But no, like, in terms of what you're doing, I mean, have you got any walks upcoming? I mean, are you still in the planning stage for the next one, or what's happening?
I think we're going to do one up in near Birmingham soon. One of the boys wants to do one, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go there. I want to do a walk from Haywards Heath to Hastings. I want to do that. I want to complete the whole league and walk into it. And get people talking. You know, if I have to break myself, or anybody could join at any point. You know, our Twitter is our most active place because I can't keep everything going all the time. I work all the time. I'm just like, but our active place is on Twitter, which is WalkAndTalkMMH, Men's Mental Health.
Yeah, okay.
and you'll see us. And like I say, mate, the club have been superb. You know, there's things we got in the pipeline with the club that we want to implement, and we would like to talk to Hastings and every other person in this league and start getting the ball rolling. Because I'll
pass those links on. And I've got 5 kids. I've got loads. I haven't got much time, but for something that's worthwhile like this, I definitely can devote some time. But I
just think
the more chatting and work out logistics, and we'll definitely do something.
I just think the more we talk, even if we do a 24-hour walk around the stadium and do it in a relay so everybody's in it. If one person could do 1 lap, but another person could do 15 laps, you've all come together to achieve something that is unique. And to me, it's just something so simple, and you'll be surprised the amount of people that you know their face, you don't know, but then all of a sudden you're talking to them, and then you see them in the next game, and this builds up. Before you know it, you've got 6, 7. Well, in this league, you've got 6 or 7 people around you that are all with you. And you've got friends, and it's really hard to make friends in today's society because everybody's on this constantly. On this,
things. Yeah. I know.
You know, I perfect example. I saw Cronky Out protest a couple of months ago. And bearing in mind, these people have been tweeting, let's get him out there. They've got they're going on a protest. This is the protest. They've got 10,000 followers on social media. They've got big following.
That's not real.
They stand there. I've seen the video. They just stand there on their phones, and I think to myself, what is going on in this life? Why can't we talk to each other face to face? What's going on? Why can't we do this? You know, I'd rather have 1 follower on social media and 15 outside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that to me is more important. And untold group chats that everybody wants to talk about everything, and it's all like, as soon as Reading beat Fulham, I'm getting laughed at. But a lot of the boys, not gonna lie, a lot of the boys are like, I need to come down to Haywards Heath. Come on, man. A few of them have come down and watch a game, so it's good. You know, it's good. We could do positivity. You know, it takes.
This is all about positivity. Yeah, absolutely.
Life is positive, man. You have to look at it in a positive way. If you don't look at it in a positive way, it grinds you down, and then it's not going to be good for you on the whole, or your family as a whole.
Yeah, just again, I reiterate, Lee, more than happy to help you out with any of this stuff. The channel, if you need anything for the channel. Also, any walks that you are doing, I can have a little ring round, see if there's anyone interested. I mean, we've got a lot of older fans at Hastings as well. That maybe a walk around the stadium might be their kind of level that they can achieve. I think
it's something so amazing.
But no, honestly, I mean, it's definitely an issue. Men's mental health. There's not enough conversation about it, and I think that to me, that's the key is conversation. It's not any highfalutin stuff half the time. It's just knowing other people are there, because we're all our own worst enemies. Yeah,
100% agree.
So you can really harshly judge ourselves when actually we're in conversation with others. You realise that isn't the case. That so many misconceptions, and
I was laughed at when I kick-started this. I was laughed at. Absolutely laughed at. And now what are we, 7 years on? And Monday, the 18th, you'll see Untold Football Clubs tweet stuff. We've done over 10,000 miles. 10,000 miles, the equivalent of London to Sydney, walking distance. That to me has just blown my mind. I'm just like, wow, we have achieved this. You know,
is there any other services jumping on board with it, or are you getting any sponsorship? Are you getting any?
No, we've raised enough money to become a charity. We're just finalising everything. But like I said, mate, football clubs, big clubs, no interest, mate. They're no interest. They've got their own foundations and they just tick a box sort of thing. It is what it is, you know, and it's very sad. You know, fan-led thing is what it is. But I generally can't thank Haywards Heath enough for their time, their support, and their understanding of what's going on.
Yeah,
it's just amazing, and I just take my hat off to them, mate. And hopefully we can all come together within this league and do something positive for men. You know, you don't know who's suffering, and then all it takes is one conversation, and that changed their whole life. I've seen it with my own eyes, untold times. It changes people's life. We got one lad that's a Reading supporter. He's got cerebral palsy. My God, this boy is like a Duracell battery. He does not stop. He walks and walks and walks and walks. He does 44 miles, literally.
Wow.
And I just look at him and I just think to myself,
where's that energy?
where are you getting this from? You know, and he's
probably got a sneaky Mars bar he's eating.
He probably has,
yeah.
He's just drinking Red Bull.
Yeah.
Down there. He's flying. He's fucking got wings. But no, his whole family said before he met you lot, he would sit in his room and do nothing. And you lot brought him out.
That's it.
For me, great. I got quite emotional about that. And he texts me every day, and we have a laugh about the football.
Listen, Lee, thank you very much for your time. Now, listen, we will be connecting this stuff up, particularly the men's mental health. Let's bounce a few emails back and forth, and we will try and sort something out and get the club involved as well. I know, like, from a point of view of Supporters Club, we have our own page in the program. Maybe we can find a way to stick your info in that page and get the word spread. Because
that'd be amazing, mate. It'd be amazing. It's just the more people talk, the better. And we don't want to be a phone up. We want people to educate themselves, to understand, to help each other, to give happiness to people. That's it. No. But how do you think you're going to do against us? I want to score.
That's what I mean. We're talking about happiness now, right? So, unfortunately, one of us is going to be unhappy. Yeah, only for a few minutes. Yeah, because you know we don't. Well, you know.
Well, a little bit longer because I'll be buying the beer, won't I?
Well, last time we played you, I think we beat you 4-0. Sorry to say that, Lee, but I don't think it's not working that way this season. I'm smelling a draw. Yeah.
Really?
So that's a pint each.
Oh,
give each other a pint each, all right?
2 each, 3 each. We do it.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. I hope my missus can't hear it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, 3 each. That sounds good to me.
Love it.
No, really, thanks for your time, Lee.
No problem.
See you at the game.
Definitely, mate. Looking forward to it.
Cheers.
Be good, pal.